Chicago, WLS, ABC7 Eyewitness News is saying farewell to Kathy Brock as she wraps up an incredible 28-year career at the station. "We are not only celebrating her professional work, but her friendship as well." Kathy Brock covered history from the anchor's desk for 28 years. Kathy has covered Chicago stories and everything from presidents and the Pope to floods and fires. Her resume full of experience is the realization of a young journalist's dream. At a young age, Kathy announced she wanted to be like Barbara Walters. Then, she made her own distinguished career. "I didn't get her job, but I did interview her, and it was one of the scariest interviews of my life because who wants to interview the interviewer?" In 1992, Kathy was one of the first reporters on the scene for the Great Chicago Flood that shut down parts of the city for days. "We were able to at that point to look in the tunnel and see the water rushing in the sub-basement at the Pittsfield building," Kathy said. She was also on the scene for a fire at the Cook County Administration Building in 2003 that killed 6 people, "And I said, 'Why couldn't you get out?' And they said, 'The doors were locked,' and that is when we realized through that interview, that there could be people who didn't get out because of the smoke and the fire." Kathy also covered national stories, including the 1995 Mass said by Pope John Paul II in New York City's Central Park. She also covered Illinois delegations to national political conventions. Kathy's reporting chops were most evident in her in-depth special segments, exposing potentially deadly blind cords, questionable caretakers, and various life-changing medical issues. There was one political interview in Hyde Park in 2004 that proved to be especially significant. "So I went to the Obama house in Hyde Park and Michelle and Sasha and Malia were there, and literally it was they lived very much like kids live in college. They had a couple of mismatched couches in the living room, no dining room furniture, used plastic kids' toys, and she was so gracious, and then he came home and we did an interview." Kathy recalled, "I remember I was out shopping and I was talking to a guy the first knew and I said, 'I think that I've met the first African-American president.' He said, 'Why do you say that?' And I said, 'I don't know, I just have a feeling.' And sure enough it happened," she added. In 2016 she had the chance to cover history, with the inauguration of Donald Trump and the massive Women's March the next day. Kathy Brock's final broadcast will be Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Kathy Brock in one word. In celebration of Kathy's career, some of her coworkers gave one-word descriptions of her. Kathy has been with ABC7 Chicago for 28 years. Beginning Thursday, Cheryl Burton will anchor the 10 o'clock news and Judy Hsu will anchor the 6 o'clock news. Related topics, entertainment, Kathy Brock retirement, ABC7 Chicago.